Stacker News Live. I'm Car. This is my best friend Keyan.
Hi.
We just had a humongous fight right before the show.
It wasn't a fight. You call it a fight. I call it progress.
Nah, it was totally a fight.
Fights are progress.
I don't like fighting with my best friend. I really don't. And I told you this. I was like, I don't like fighting. I don't like that. Why is my hair off to one side? What is going on here?
I don't think you can have an honest relationship with someone without fighting with them occasionally. And I don't think what we had was a fight. It was just like a disagreement where we were like hashing our feelings out in rather quick succession, perhaps emotionally charged. But that's the way I think progress is made. Is we let our feelings spill out a little more than usual. That's basically what you're describing as a fight.
I would say this, Sackers. Keeping it real here. Keeping it real on SNL. I will say this. Keyan was kind of testy last week. And today, I knew if I made a mistake, it was going to come. That's how I really feel.
I haven't been doing yoga, so I have been perhaps a bit more on edge.
And Car has been not as attentive to Keyan as he should be. Because honestly,
what are you trying to say?
Stackers don't know this, but it's the truth. If I don't give Keyan his attention every week, he feels like we're not best friends, and it's my fault, brother. I should have gave you more attention this week.
Oh my God, this is such a misrepresentation of the facts. I can't believe it.
No, it's just Car overworking himself and being late, and Keyan's like very boom, 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 and I just need to be better. That's what it is.
We figured it out. I think we just people have different styles of living their lives and the way they communicate, and we're like still figuring out how to communicate with each other. And that's
right.
That's I think all that's going on, and that's why I don't think it's that big of a deal to have a fight. It's like we're coming to a protocol. We're coming to an understanding of how we communicate.
Yeah, bring it back, baby. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the top stories on Stacker News.
Top stories of the week. The first story is Meta, but this is Kevin Rook shared our stats. He makes these cool graphics of Stacker News' stats. And basically, we're growing. Our page views are growing like 50% a month, which is pretty cool.
What's going on there? What do you think that is?
I don't know. Like more people are on the site. Like this represents like lurkers plus people who are signing up and using the site. So people who are signing up and using the site are about a 25%
retweeting
growth,
SNL right now. That's what I'm doing.
growth per month, but page views are up 50%, which means that we grow faster in lurkers than we do people who are using the site.
Interesting. Do you think they're getting to a point? I don't know if this is related or not. Do you think they're getting to a point where they're using Stacker News as a faucet? What do you think?
That we do have invite faucets. There are people who I think are using the site a little more to earn sats more than anything else. But I don't. The page views doesn't really coincide with faucet usage. That's more like people are actually reading the stuff on the site and clicking around.
You're at
150,000 views per month.
Uniques or views?
Views. Those are views. 150,000 page views per month. Uniques are I think around 25,000. I think is what we get per month.
Oh, I get 10,000 on Dollar Bitcoin.
Heck yeah. Powerful.
So between me and you, I haven't even looked at the views. I don't look at page views, but when I look at uniques, that's still a lot. 25,000. That's what you're getting.
Yeah, that's uniques. I get unique people visiting the site per month. 25,000, I think, is what the last month was.
Yeah, we started about the same time through Bitcoin and Stacker News, so I'm coming for you.
Dude, I'm ready for it. You want a real fight?
Oh, man, wow. Yeah. No, I honestly think that 25,000 uniques and then 100,000 page views. So this is probably a question for K-Rook. K-Rook, should I start? Because I've been kind of adopting your strategy of like showing the uniques just because I want to let people know like, hey, come build on here. There's a lot of value.
It's a pretty big signal because there's God, what is it called? It's social proof.
Yeah, you want to show, you want to be transparent. You want to show all this stuff. Like I learned the stuff I learned from you. So I think K-Rook, should I start doing it in page views? Is that the way? What do you think?
Page views are good. I think communicating. Yeah, Kevin thinks that there's a lot of value in surfacing your usage data. Like people are interested in it, it is the social proof. This concept of like people are more likely to engage in an activity when they can see proof that other people are engaging in it, because we're very like copycat. Like humans are this kind of mimetic creatures, as Gerard would say.
Yeah, yeah, we don't have to go on this tangent, but maybe I'll start doing that too. Just start going by page views as opposed to uniques. Do you think that's more of a fiat mindset, uniques?
Oh no, I don't think there's one that's better or the other, but page views is usually higher than unique, so page
Oh,
views
okay.
looks better. I mean, Kevin I think shares this metric because he has it's easier for him to share this metric from the dashboard that we have
Boss.
because everyone has access to the Stacker News analytics. And he just grabs this from there and makes these. But anyway, that was a meta, so I didn't want to spend too much time on it. But we can move on if you're.
Yeah. I just had questions. We got to answer these questions for the stackers.
Yeah. All right. So this is a Lightning VPN service. This was the top non-meta story. But basically, it's a VPN that you can pay with Lightning. You can choose a variety of regions: Canada, Finland, the UK, etc. And choose like the span of time that you want and pay a Lightning invoice for it, and boom, you have access to a VPN.
So I know all about VPNs just from my Cisco days.
That's right.
But
the car is Cisco certified, if you guys didn't know.
check out my LinkedIn. I don't have a LinkedIn. Not anymore. I deleted it. But if you would have saw it there. What I'm gonna say is, I wonder why they didn't use OpenVPN.
I don't know. You mean why? I don't know much about VPNs at all.
It's the only. So like, if you scroll back up to, I think they're using WireGuard.
Like a newer thing, eh?
Me personally, I'm gonna go with what's tried and true, what I know, and that's gonna be OpenVPN. That would be a question I would ask them. I wonder why they used WireGuard instead of like OpenVPN. Maybe it's just like some kind of issue there. They couldn't make it work. To me, that's the most, and I don't know anything about WireGuard. To me, that was just like the little flag that came up, just because everybody already builds on OpenVPN. So it just makes me wonder, like, where's WireGuard coming from? I've never heard of it, but it could be been around for a really long time, and maybe I just don't know.
I think it might have been when I worked at the company I used to work for. It was a reliable UDP network company, and I don't know if they were using WireGuard. Maybe they were, but it says here on WireGuard's homepage it intends to be considerably more performant than OpenVPN.
Because that makes sense. So there's like open source OpenVPN. That's what we used a lot. And then the other ones would be like Fortinet or even like Cisco's umbrella thing. But yeah, me personally, I would go with OpenVPN, but I'm biased.
Cool, but I mean, so it looks like they went with WireGuard, and it works. It's cool. It uses Lightning. People like it. I don't use VPNs. I should use them more for maybe privacy.
Well, because we use Proton, so you actually have a VPN.
Oh, yeah, but I don't have a use for it. I mean, I could use it to be private, but I don't. I'm like too lazy to be private.
I think it's only good to turn on, like we're here or like anywhere that's public. I think that's where you should probably turn it on.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me, but I'm not much of a privacy guy.
Yeah, I mean, it would obfuscate your request.
Well, no, it's just more like you don't want somebody like looking at what packets you're sending on the network, right? Because there could be somebody sniffing packets on the network.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of a VPN.
Oh yeah, but I know, but you're using SSL to communicate with your servers and your phone.
I need to go back and look at the software, but it's called.
I think all they would be able to see is the.
No, because you can run SolarWinds, and so you can still pull packets like that. That's why I'm saying like we can go down that rabbit hole, but it's probably best we don't bore the stackers.
SolarWinds is patched, but yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe someone's running an old SSL client. But
Run your VPNs. If you have to use that one, then use it. It's better than not having a VPN at all. That's the truth.
all right, but so next story. I mean, I don't know enough about VPNs, so forgive any fun that I introduced there.
No, you're fine.
So Paul from Sphinx and Stackwork had an AMA. I really like Paul. I met him in Miami. Just a really cool guy. Like have you ever like met a person who's just kind of like just looks like bright in the face, almost like they're a guru? Like you know, like how you see, like a meditation guru, and they're radiating some kind of joy.
Like Rick Rubin.
Yeah, perhaps like Rick Rubin. I get that kind of vibe from Paul. He seems just like
Cool.
spiritually based.
Man, I want to meet him.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy. I only met him briefly, but that was like my initial impression. And anyone I've met who's talked built really cool companies. It shows he's like thinking clearly. Anyway, great AMA. I asked him a lot of questions. I asked him about advice for Bitcoin startups. And something kind of interesting I learned is that neither Sphinx Chat or Stackwork has W-2 employees. They don't have employees on the payroll. They only have contractors. Even Paul himself pays himself as a contractor. And he said all of his financial obligations don't extend more than 30 days. So he can like literally make the company $0 of burn within 30 days. Well, other than like the server costs or whatever. But that's pretty cool. How efficiently he runs his companies. Yeah, a lot of interesting questions in here. We even got a question from who was it? It was a Cavalier player, Matthew Deli, former basketball player, Matthew Deli. Is the Cavalier? Do you know what team the Cavalier?
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Cleveland Cavalier. Matthew Deli. Apparently, he's a Bitcoiner, and he was. I think he might be. He might have a relationship with Sphinx Chat. He popped in here and messaged Paul, and that's pretty cool. So we have a former NBA player on Stacker News. So just kind of neat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Stacker News.
Deli is what they call him. His last name. It's the last name. But that's the whole.
Is Sphinx Chat? Is it? I think the last time I used it was maybe like a year ago. How's it running these days? Have you played with it at all?
Yeah. So the problem is they can't get a new app on the App Store. So if you want the latest version of Sphinx Chat on iOS, you have to use TestFlight. The App Store is preventing them from.
Why? Do we know why that is? Did he say in the?
No, he said they didn't really give him. I heard this like secondhand through another founder who has an iOS app, and they said it was like they didn't even tell him why. They just didn't. They just won't accept new versions of the app anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, but you can get the new version on TestFlight. I use it. We have a Stacker News chat, and I use it quite frequently to talk with other stackers, to talk with Paul. It runs over Tor, so it's kind of flaky, but I would like to get a ClearNet IP for it and start using it more.
I'm checking Fountain to see if we have any.
Sphinx Chat was a huge inspiration for Stacker News. So.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're very different, like product-wise, but the incentive structure is kind of similar, or the idea of like this civil resistant, this like payment to post thing, was heavily influenced by Sphinx Chat.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a great AMA. I was really happy to have Paul on. This post was from Breeze. I believe this account is Roy's account from Breeze, but he posted this cool article kind of describing how Lightning interacts with the web currently, and maybe how it kind of foreshadows maybe how it will work more in the future. But he boosted this to the top. A lot of people liked it. His posts are always, I think, really high quality. It's a good post. It kind of it describes out an URL in here, Lightning addresses, WebLN, which is another.
What's WebLN?
WebLN is like, it's something to communicate more or less with like something built into the browser that is kind of WebLN aware. So like Albi, the browser extension. I don't know if you've used that yet.
Not yet.
It's a really cool browser extension that supports WebLN. And so if you want to like fund your Stacker News wallet with Albi, it'll integrate without you having to scan an invoice or anything. So it kind of allows you to communicate with a wallet built into a browser without you having to generate invoices and stuff. It just kind of happens more intuitively.
Cool.
Yeah, just a way. It's like a way to communicate with a wallet from a web application. Describes a lot of the APIs that are available here. He kind of burns custodial wallets pretty bad. This one made me sting a little bit. What did he say here? He said custodial solutions take a lot of the maintenance off your hands, but you'll have to trust the custodian to hold your money. And if you're willing to do that, you don't really need Lightning in the first place.
Wow. Aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a custodian. So I felt this one hurt a little bit. But it's true. I mean, it's not entirely true because we were able to onboard users from places in the world who maybe don't want to dox their financial information. They don't want to put in a credit card. They don't want to do that kind of stuff. But it still is somewhat true, and sucks. Describes lightning and collapse.
But you plan on moving away from that, right?
I want to. The solutions aren't great so far, but I'm really hoping.
Hey, it's macaroons.
I'm really hoping I can come up with either myself come up with something that works, or one of these heavily funded protocol companies who run these lightning implementations has a better way of communicating with their node.
Right.
In a safe way. All right. That was a great article. He boosted it, gave 10,000 sats back to stackers, and thank you, Roy. He's one of the greats.
What? How did this make the...
Memes. People love memes.
What does it say? Solana spelled backwards is...
Anal OS. That's right. Yeah, I thought this was...
Is that Skeletor?
Twitter first. Yeah, I think so. I actually don't know who this super...
So memes are making their way to Stacker News. That's cool.
Yeah, at least this one is. And there's also been jokes. Metamic, who is a co-founder of Geyser, he posts like silly dad jokes, silly Bitcoin dad jokes. Like, what was the one he posted today? It was like, how much does it cost to start the Bitcoin network? And it one Satoshi. How many people does it take to start the Bitcoin network? One Satoshi. Something like that. Just a really bad dad joke. Anyway, I thought this meme was pretty funny.
It's kind of cool. I love that the memes are showing up on Stacker News now.
Yeah, we'll have
Top tier meme. Who put that? That's a good one.
OXTR.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You, my friend, have a sharp eye. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, the comments are even better than the meme itself. That's awesome. That's cool, man. See, this is why Stacker News works, Keyan. Because it's whatever you want it to be, right? Like, that's kind of what I've kind of seen kind of happen over the course of what it's been almost a year at this point. Is just how it's evolved and how it's like people are using it any way they want. Like, that's the cool thing about what you built. It's very it's like Jello.
Yeah, it's generic. That's kind of what's cool. It's kind of a community. One of my angels has a really good framework for viewing social communities, and he says what you really want in a community is you want a campfire, and so you can kind of view Stacker News' homepage as a campfire, and everyone comes to get around the campfire every day, and I love that. And he's like, eventually you need to build like skyscrapers and roads and a sewage system and like all of these things, but he's like really it starts at the campfire. Like, that's how civilization started. That's how an online community starts too. I mean, you can apply that to an in-person community as well. It starts small and then you need to scale up and add more structure to everything. But I thought that was a really great metaphor.
That's great.
Yeah. Here's the last top story is Reacher. So Strike, I think Strike has these hackathons that they do internally at the company. And
Oh, do they really?
I think so.
Why don't they ever talk about that?
I don't know. I think when they publish these, they Jack Mallers will mention. I reached out to Jack Mallers in DM trying to get him to do an AMA on Stacker News. I don't know if it'll
Oh,
happen.
you did?
Yeah. Probably will get.
I think he's too busy.
He's way too.
Yeah.
But I thought I'm just gonna take my shot. Anyway,
Shoot or shoot.
Exactly. But it's a way to put a lightning paywall on your email, basically. Which is cool.
Oh yeah, I saw him do the thing for this.
Yeah.
Do you have to? I don't want to use Gmail though.
No, you don't have to use Gmail.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can use.
So what's the requirement
You
then?
just need an email account and a Strike account.
Oh, I don't have a Strike
You don't
account. There you go.
So
That's it. I can't. Car can't use this.
But basically, if you have an email address and a Strike account, you can get this reacher.me address, and any emails that are sent to the reacher.me address, they will the person who sent the message will get a lightning invoice that they have to pay before your
Could we do this with Stacker News where you just have it like email? Could we do that instead? Because like I don't want to get us KYC if we don't have to. Is there a way to? Do they open source it where we could figure out that or no?
Yeah, I mean, you could Stacker News could do this with their wallet, because Stacker News has a wallet, and we could easily do an email forwarding service.
Oh, that would make more sense.
But
yeah, I think KYC and just to send an email is just like kind of weird to me.
yeah, I think this is more a proof of concept than
Oh, okay.
they expect.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like a full blown product, but they're just like, look what you can build. They're doing a lot of things where like, look what you can build with the Strike.
Oh, okay. So it's just more of like a hey, these are the possibilities, not actually like go and use it kind of thing.
It's a really brilliant thing, because you know what Strike is trying to do. They're trying to be a a Cash App, a big like a Stripe, which is like these big payment. They want to be that for Bitcoin. Is what I have a feeling, and if their API is going to be a huge part of that, because when other people start building their applications around your API, you're basically plugging into all of these other developers' effort, and you just become that much more valuable. It's like another network effect.
That's cool. I'm gonna turn on this power thing. It looks like it went out. Hang on a second. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. So my favorite story of the week, other than some of the top stories that we already had, was Binance dumping a bunch of UTXO consolidation in the mempool. So they ended up dumping more or less at 30 to 40 megabytes of transaction data in the mempool, and so it like really congested the mempool. But it was fun to see, because we've had empty mempools for so long. You can kind of see it here on the chart of like fees paid, and
that freaked me out when this thing came up. I was like, oh crap, did it just crash?
There it goes.
Woo! This is them putting all of their transactions in the mempool. It's just getting cleared up now. I don't know if that is, yeah. So it's like it's back to normal congestion. I think as of today that they finally all cleared. But I thought that was cool. They did like the hacky thing of just like dumping it all in the mempool, and then like all of the nodes in the network are now storing all of their transactions. But that is the way you would do it if you just wanted to get it done. And it wasn't that big of a load. It wasn't like they were being spammy or anything. The miners eventually got their fees. But it's kind of a cool thing that we can like witness stuff happening and all kinds of
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that was my top story. I don't know if you had a story you wanted to discuss.
Well, I usually that's what I usually do. I usually find it right before the show, and then but yeah, let me just look at what I know. I uploaded something this week. If you want to just go to my,
I can't view your uploads.
oh, you can't. Well, look at you. Yeah, I just won't have one this week. I'm sorry, Stackers.
Cool. Car's favorite top stories are fights this week.
I'm gonna go make a post about that.
So top stackers this week. Paul with his AMA.
Boss.
Got 73,000 stacks, which I'm stoked to see.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You had second most.
I mean, I got a lot, but it's not that much. The other one who stacked a lot was GT Van Sat.
Oh, what did he?
He posted this.
Oh, wow.
Traveling through Africa by motorcycle, and he's doing it to survey like Bitcoin usage across the continent.
It's amazing.
And he's like, if you're interested, give me some sats, and that shows me you're interested, and I'll try to post like updates from my adventures here.
What do the people say?
I mean, a lot of people like it, and they tipped him 4,000 sats. A lot of people want to see it. Like
Said you better follow up on this first message. Just made it rain 1,000 sats on you. That's awesome, dude. Stackers are so giving, man.
Bitcoiner way. I mean, plus they're all like stacking sats for this being.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. And the top spenders of the week, Paul. Paul earned quite a few sats. He also spent quite a few on his jobs. Right.
Oh, Voltage too.
Yeah, Voltage spent quite a bit. I don't know how I spent so much. I need to check with my
Man,
account.
Voltage is doing some amazing things, dude, in the space.
That's what Kyle was saying this morning. Have I gotten out of touch with Voltage?
They're just doing things the right way. When I look to like companies, I look at Voltage and I'm like, man, they're just doing everything the right way. And then everybody there is just such a pleasant individual to work with. Like, and they're also sponsoring Bitcoin Plus Plus too, the hackathon and the comp. So it's pretty cool.
No, it's great. I mean, I think it's a great company, a great. Graham is really smart and on top of things. And I mean, what I love about the company, and I immediately saw when I talked to Graham for the first time, is that they're making shovels. So we're in a gold rush, and this common old saying, during the gold rush, you don't want to actually mine for gold. What you want to do is you want to sell shovels. Everyone needs a shovel to mine for gold, and you don't have to play that game of trying to find where the gold is. You just know people are going to need shovels, and I'm not. They're doing really creative things there. I'm not saying they're doing something boring. I'm just saying they're doing something smart.
They're practical.
Yeah, they're doing something smart, and I think that's really cool. But they're spending. They have jobs up.
Shout out to Voltage.
Yeah, Medalli Ventures is hiring a PHP dev, so they spent quite a bit.
Oh, Strike came on board too. Well, look at that.
Good job on there, and SKWP is Swan, and their job. DVD also spent quite a bit. Aldi is hiring on there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but here's the job board. As of today, Trammell is at the top. They're spending 11 cents per minute to keep their job at the top. McKee came on and.
Who's McKee again?
Chris.
Chris who?
Chris McKee from Trammell Venture Partners.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Chris? You don't know who Trammell is?
I know who Trammell is, but I don't know who Chris is.
You've met Chris.
No, you're talking about Snow?
No, there's Snow and then there's Chris. Chris is like the main guy.
Oh, you're talking about Calicott?
Chris Calicott.
Oh, I only know him by his last name.
I thought McKee was his last name. I thought Calicott.
And Snow is usually the face of Trammell for me.
Yeah, we see him around more than
Yeah.
he's the one going out to bars.
It's funny because too when like Snow, it's just a funny joke real quick. When Snow comes in, you're like, oh, did the room just get cold or did Snow walk in?
Did you say that was a funny joke?
Sorry, it's a cringe joke.
Cringe joke. Yeah, so Stackwork is still at the top.
Oh, cool.
Looking for tax provider leads. PHP, or Medalli Ventures is hiring a PHP back-end engineer. Strike is on here now. Voltage posted a bunch of jobs. Swan, Sphinx Chat, Aldi, Zebedee.
Oh wow, so even Swan's doing it too now.
Yeah.
Look at you, Mr. Stacker News.
Yeah.
See,
Voltage.
wow.
Yeah, we got at one point we had 20 jobs on here.
So, okay, I have two questions for you. The first question is, are we in a bear market? And this is why everybody's hiring right now. Second question is,
Well, they would be
Did-
hiring if they were super bearish, right?
okay, so yeah, answer that question first.
Are we in a bear market? There's never a bear market in Bitcoin for me. It's always fun and interesting, and that's why I'm here.
Right answer.
I think it doesn't matter. It won't matter for a long time for a lot of these startups because all of them probably raised capital within the last year, and so they're probably flush with cash.
That makes sense.
And they're looking to spend it, and it's really good for companies at early stage right now, in particular, because it's really the late stage companies who have grown too fast and now can't raise money, and what they're going to end up doing is having to lay off some of their workforce, and all these younger startups are going to be able to pick them up.
Oh, wow.
So
Good insight, Keyan.
It's really good for hirers right now. People who have capital on hand and didn't spend too fast or grow in an unsustainable way, they're going to do really well, and I have a feeling all of these companies are in that boat. So they're,
Second question.
yeah.
Did you think this was going to take off this fast?
It took what, like a month?
Barely, dude.
Uh,
You got some heavy hitters on there.
yeah, but I remember you were extremely bearish.
So bearish.
Yeah.
That
I
briefcase.
mean, you were
That
being
tackle
funny
box.
about it. I could see you holding back how bearish.
I was so wrong. So wrong. I still think the tackle box is utter crap, but it's okay. Now it's just a troll.
It's a leprechaun belt, but
A leprechaun belt?
like a
It's definitely a briefcase or a tackle box. I'm going fishing. Going fishing for jobs. This is what we're telling the stackers. It's cool. It works.
I know. I need to get back on design.
No, I think just leave it. Now it's just like a running joke.
But yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I knew there would be. It would work eventually. But I still think there's a lot of things that can be done to make it better, to make it more appealing.
Yeah, this is great, Keyan.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that it's filling out.
But you know the even more amazing thing about this is like all these sats that are being stacked, it's going right back to the stackers, and you see it here. Like I have so much sats just sitting because of this.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's a lot. It's a lot of sats. It's like a couple 100,000 sats a month are going back to users right now, and that's kind of really cool.
That's a good problem
Yeah, and
to have.
I say that a lot of the job board success is a result of Kevin Rook doing a lot of the outreach to companies to let them know about.
Oh, K-Rook did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't only his idea. He was also doing a lot of the outreach for it, and I have to make sure that's publicly.
Yeah, K-Rook is amazing.
Yeah, it's been a huge. I wouldn't be able to do it myself. I'm way too I guess introverted.
I love that he's helping out where he can, and he wants to see Stacker News succeed.
A plus Angel, if you're looking for angels and Kevin Rook wants to get in on your round, let it. He's a good one. But yeah, that's I think it for the week. Unless you have anything you want to say.
Do we go over there?
Do you want to?
Well, let's do the car show real quick. I think it worked. We had a lot of. I think last week people were.
I changed the profile a little
Oh,
bit.
that's cool, dude.
If you guys want to send Car some stats, you can scan this.
Aw, I forgive you for the fight. I'm just kidding. Like I think that's really cool. How did you? Is that the same? Yeah, it's the same yellow, right? The same yellow as the login button.
Yeah, it's the Stacker News yellow.
Boss. Same yellow as your hat.
My hat, I can't control the yellow of it. They only have two color yellows. So this is the
Yeah,
yellow
it's
that-
amazing, dude. I love it. It's just those little things, Keyan. It's the details.
It'll be. I need to make this homepage much better. But this is like the first step. Is why it's so much more easy.
Abe Tusk still hasn't returned the sats, for the record. Okay, let's go to the boosts from Fountain. We have a lot of boosts this week.
Oh no way.
So it turns out like the more crappier of a show you deliver, the more boosts you get.
Oh, because people want to tell you how crap it is.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe we should just cut the feed right now. No. Put an echo on the next one. So that I think that helped. So we got the first one that said, "This is for you." It's from Anon. He goes, "I did like Matrix 4."
Thank you, Anon.
Oh my
For
god.
showing some time. All Stacker News users who appreciate.
No.
Matrix 4 sub. That'll be the first sub on
Oh
Stacker
my
News.
god, you better not. You better not. We will revolt.
4 lovers will just share screen shares, favorite moments from the movie.
You see what you did, Anon? And then we got another one. Another person did say the same thing. I did like Matrix 4.
Thank you. See? Perhaps you guys are wrong.
The-
You guys are working too hard.
And then there's one other guy. He said, this is from episode 12. He goes, hope you guys enjoyed that pizza. Cool. And then just random boosts, like 100 sat boosts from Oscar, from user 5544 whatever, Majin. More random boosts here for 98, 90. Yeah, thank you, Stackers.
Thank you, Stackers.
That's amazing. Fountain, killing it. Now if we could just get like a
The new update recently.
oh, did they really?
Yeah,
No, yeah, I already got the update for that. But I wish they do something for like Ecamm or like something like on the restream side. Like they could figure. Yeah, like I feel like that's just missing. Because that would be cool. I can connect the podcast to the live stream, and then just all goes to that one wallet, and I think that would be.
It'd be cool to have like a Twitch for Bitcoin.
Oh yeah. And I know I'm gonna hear it right now. Yes, I know there's other stuff that does this plugins, but
It,
yeah, but it needs to be. I'm waiting for No, it's not even that. I'm just waiting for BTC sessions to do like a tutorial. These days I don't have a lot of time to like sit down and figure it out. We'll just sit down and actually like get it to work for everything, like the production side of things. But as soon as it gets really easy or somebody shows a good tutorial for it, I'll do it. And if there is a tutorial for it, put it in there and I'll take a look here at the episode. That's all I got. You got anything, Keyan?
No, I think I'm good.
So yeah, I think this one was only 35 minutes. So we're hitting that sweet spot where they want either 35 or 40. That's what I've been getting the feedback. It's like 40 minutes, 35 minutes.
We did it.
I think we did it. We'll see you next time, Stacker News.
Bye, guys.